Welcome back to the Rwandan Vigilante, where we tear through Rwanda's polished facade to expose the truths buried in the shadows. Thank you for joining me on this relentless pursuit of hidden power. Today, we're diving into a story whispered in markets but silenced in public. The Rwandan Patriotic Front doesn't just govern Rwanda, it owns it. From airlines to bottled water, from banks to farmland, their empire, Crystal Ventures Limited, strangles the economy like a corporate kingpin. This isn't a free market, it's party capitalism, where one party writes the rules and rigs the game. So let's follow the money and confront the burning question: is Rwanda led by a party or ruled by a corporation? Buckle up, we're pulling back the curtain. Rewind to 1994. Rwanda lay in ruins after the genocide, its cities scarred, its people fractured. The RPF under Paul Kagame seized power, vowing to rebuild and unify. But behind the rhetoric, the party faced a dual challenge: restoring a nation and securing its own dominance. Rebuilding required funds, but so did controlling the political landscape. In 1995, the RPF created TriStar Investments, framed as a patriotic effort to finance reconstruction and reduce reliance on foreign aid. Noble on paper, right? Here's the truth. TriStar was the RPF's private vault, operating beyond government budgets or public scrutiny. No oversight, no accountability, just a cash machine for the party's ambitions. Over the years, TriStar expanded, snapping up stakes in key industries, from construction to telecoms. By 2009, it rebranded as Crystal Ventures Limited, no longer a mere fundraiser but a sprawling conglomerate, its tentacles coiled around Rwanda's economic heart. François Ngarambe, then RPF Secretary General, publicly admitted in 2010, Crystal Ventures Limited is owned by the RPF to finance development projects. Development for whom exactly? No audits, no disclosures, just a black box of power that grows darker with time. What does Crystal Ventures control? More than you'd believe. Name a sector: dairy, construction, banking, security, agriculture, energy, hospitality, and Crystal Ventures has its grip, often the tightest one. Its flagship companies are woven into daily life, but their true master isn't the market, it's the party. Inyange Industries floods stores with milk, juice, and water. NPD Limited paves Rwanda's roads and builds government offices. Real Contractors shapes Kigali's skyline. Intersect Security guards the elite's estates. East African Granite supplies premium stone for luxury projects, but that's just the surface. Whispers tie Crystal Ventures to the Bank of Kigali, Rwanda's financial giant, and Ruliba Clays, a major player in construction materials. In telecoms, questions linger about its influence over MTN Rwanda through local partners, giving the party leverage over the nation's digital backbone. In hospitality, Crystal Ventures is linked to high-end hotels catering to Kigali's conference tourism, reaping profits from state-sponsored events. Then there's the shadow economy, firms allegedly fronted by RPF loyalists, guarding assets in name only. Insiders claim the party is the true owner. This isn't a business, it's an economic empire, and the RPF wears the crown. Let's zoom in on Inyange Industries to see this machine at work. Walk into any supermarket, school, or hospital, what do you see? Inyange products stacked high, crowding out rivals. Coincidence? Not at all. Institutional suppliers like schools or clinics are quietly told, never officially, to stock Inyange exclusively. Competing brands, pushed aside unless Inyange can't meet demand. No tenders, no competition, just an unspoken rule that keeps Inyange king. Have you noticed this in your community? Drop a comment below and share what you've seen. This isn't competition, it's control. Crystal Ventures doesn't just own Inyange, it wields the RPF's political muscle to dominate markets and suffocate challengers. Their reach extends far beyond supermarkets. In agriculture, Crystal Ventures is tied to firms dominating tea and coffee exports, pillars of Rwanda's rural economy. For example, many tea farmers sell only through party-linked channels, where prices are dictated and profits flow up the pyramid. In energy, Crystal Ventures has stakes in projects under Rwanda Energy Group subsidiaries, controlling access to electricity while securing lucrative state contracts. But these aren't won fairly. NPD Limited, their construction arm, lands major government deals, often without public bidding. One foreign firm reportedly secured a road-building contract, only to have it quietly reassigned to NPD. No explanation given. That's the Crystal Ventures playbook: party privilege over public interest. Rwanda loves to showcase its GDP growth and ease of doing business rankings. But let's cut through the propaganda. The World Bank's 2022 report shows the top 10% of urban households hold over 60% of the country's wealth. If you're watching, check the chart on screen showing this stark divide. Who's in that 10%? RPF elites, their allies, and the Crystal Ventures empire. This wealth gap isn't just about numbers, it's about access, opportunity, and control. While government slogans preach self-reliance, Crystal Ventures' dominance strangles small businesses and innovation. Self-reliance? It's a mask for self-enrichment, for the few. This monopoly hits hardest where hope is already scarce. Rwanda's youth, over half the population, face unemployment rates nearing 20%. Young graduates dream of starting businesses, but Crystal Ventures blocks the path. In rural areas, where 70% of Rwandans live, farmers and cooperatives struggle against party-linked giants who set prices and control markets. Think about it, when one party owns the economy, what chance do ordinary Rwandans have? Crystal Ventures doesn't just stifle competition, it crushes possibility. Independent entrepreneurs face pressure, legal traps, or outright exclusion. Challenge Crystal Ventures, and you might be branded an economic saboteur, a label that can ruin lives. And if you speak out, the price is steep. Reports suggest journalists, activists, and exiled insiders who question Crystal Ventures face harassment, imprisonment, or worse. The RPF frames dissent as betrayal, accusing critics of undermining national unity. Let's be clear, exposing a party's private empire isn't sabotage, it's truth. But Crystal Ventures is untouchable. The Auditor General can't examine its books, Parliament can't investigate, independent media is either crushed or co-opted. Rwanda's constitution bans foreign funding for political parties, but says nothing about billion-franc business empires. That loophole lets the RPF grow its wealth unchecked, while opposition parties are punished for far less. This isn't governance, it's monopoly dressed up as progress. Step back, see the bigger picture. Crystal Ventures Limited isn't just a company, it's the RPF's machine for fusing political and economic power into one untouchable force. When a party owns banks, factories, telecoms, farms, and hotels, democracy becomes a mirage. Economic freedom is political freedom, and in Rwanda, both are slipping away. For Rwanda to achieve real self-reliance, it must untangle party wealth from public wealth. Until then, the question remains, is Rwanda governed by a party or ruled by a corporation? And what does that mean for every Rwandan's future? Thank you for watching the Rwandan Vigilante. This truth demands to be heard, so share this video to strike a spark against their grip. Every view is a challenge to their power. Subscribe, hit the bell, and join us with #Rwandan Vigilante to fight for transparency. Next week, we'll uncover another truth the regime won't want you to hear. Drop a comment. What's your take on Crystal Ventures Limited's stranglehold? Have you seen its impact in your town or village? Your voice is part of this fight. Stay vigilant.